Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Real Estate Confidant. I am your host, Mike Razor, here in New York City, and hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Hopefully your weekend was amazing. Hey, look, check it out. I took a long walk this weekend. Ooh, it felt so good. It felt so good. Look, let me tell you something. If you don't take walks on the weekend, at least for an hour or so, you don't know what you're missing. It's just like running. You clear your thoughts and everything, you know. Excuse me, drinking my tea. We got something good in store today, ladies and gentlemen. We have something good in store today. Look, if you haven't done so, get your Real Deal magazine, okay? Get the Real Deal if you're in the real estate industry. This is going to help you propel, catapult your career. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done so, do it. Make the investment. Okay, the Real Deal and Rob Report. Trust me, I'm telling you, it's important. We got an article that's here today that I'm going to discuss really quick. I'll put a picture up on the screen over here. But look, this might give you the opportunity to be the lead salesperson or broker with this particular property. You never know, right? You have to call, you have to pitch yourself, get yourself out there. Maybe they're already working with somebody. Maybe they're not. This is brand new, baby. This is brand new. Okay? This is going to give you that opportunity. And if you're not doing it, do it. All right? You're not average. You're not on this YouTube channel watching me because you average. Right? You're more than average. Get that in your mind, even if you're new. Okay? Even if you're new. This is good for investors also, to be perfectly honest. If you had that cash, you go ahead and speak with this individual. Maybe you might be able to invest a little something. You never know. Anyway, the article goes like this. Douglaston planning 39-story tower on Upper East Side. Woo! Jeffrey Levine's firm to partially demolish 90-unit rental. Now, I don't know the particulars, but 90 units, that's a lot of people. Where those people going? Have they already evicted these people? Or, I mean, is it already vacant? Maybe they're at a loss. What's happening here? News, where you at? Wall Street Journal, where you at? New York Times, where you at? Post, where you at? You understand what I'm saying? Let's figure out what's going on with this. It's a nice picture, by the way. You know, he's sitting there smiling, and behind him is the building and everything. The real deal is real, I'm telling you. All right, y'all. Oh, man. Douglaston Development Chair, Jeffrey Levine, 1453rd Avenue in Manhattan. 1453rd Avenue. If you know 3rd Avenue, if you know the east side of Manhattan, you know that there's always construction going on over there. Always some kind of redevelopment, because the east side seems to be one of those places where they want to try to keep it more New York. You know, the old school Italians, Chinese, you know, the Asians, especially in the village area where, you know, the energy is real. The energy is real over there. Anyway, if you haven't been, you should come through. Let me finish the article. Jeffrey Levine's Douglaston Development is putting together a residential project on Manhattan's Upper East Side. Now, I'm trying to figure out who is investing in this thing. Jeffrey Levine, please have your secretary reach out to me. Let's figure this thing out, okay? Maybe you want to do an interview. Maybe not. It's already out here. Let's figure this thing out, okay? Maybe we get a couple brokers on your side, you know? Let's finish. All right. The firm acquired a 90-unit rental property at 1453rd Avenue. Pincus Co. reported. Pincus Co. Go to Pincus Co. Property records do not show the transaction between Douglaston and longtime owner Marjorie Nesbitt. Nesbitt is powerful. But Levine apparently obtained the right to build on the property, which is also known as 170 East 83rd Street, and covers the full western block front between East 82nd and East 83rd Street. Now, let me be clear. I talked about the Village a minute ago. This is not near the Village. This is on 83rd, okay, East 83rd. So we're talking about a little further up. It's not so bad over there, 170 East 83rd. If I'm not mistaken, it's close to Lenox Hill area, maybe a little above, but that area is actually not that bad. There's a lot of co-ops over there, and townhomes, which I love the townhomes over there. Please never let that go. Anyway, let's keep on going. Levine will knock down part of the existing rental building and put up a 39-story, 478-foot tall building with 72 units at 175 East 82nd Street. Combined, the structures will have 172 units according to Pinker's code. So what this sounds like to me, for all you newbies, is they may have done a merger of some sort. They may, Miss Nesbitt may have sold half of the property to them for whatever reason. And so what they're doing is they're taking that half and just redeveloping it, tearing it down and redeveloping it into a bigger building. And I guess their business partners in this thing, because now its totality is 172 units. Let me keep going. Central Ruddy Architecture is designing the project, which will have retail on the ground floor, parking on the second, and 1 or 2 apartments on each residential floor. Amenities in the middle of the tower will include a swimming pool, media room, sauna, terrace, fitness room, kids room, and yoga studio. So this is going to be a luxury property, luxury building, all that good stuff, all the nicks, all the knacks, all the works. Douglaston did not immediately respond to a request for comment from The Real Deal. The firm filed plans in October to demolish the southern half of the 6-story building at 1450 3rd Avenue. This is interesting, ladies and gentlemen. This is interesting. This is something that newbie professionals and existing professionals can get into. Reach out to the architect, the designers, to see if they when development is going to start, when is it going to finish, who's the manager of the property, or you could wait until they start the building process, scan the QR code, find out all the information, and then try to get your fit in. See if you know who's working on a project. All right, let me go. Keep going. The 148,000 square foot building has 110,000 square feet of additional air rights. The city's market valuation of the property in 2022 was $29.1 million. Not so bad. Bank United lent $19 million against the property in 2020 of March. The first month of pandemic shuts down in the city, etc., etc. You know what happened after that. A Gristedes grocery store at the base of the property closed last year. Now, Gristedes, I like Gristedes, but I don't know if they're doing too well. Levine's Douglaston is an active builder in New York City, having constructed thousands of units since it was formed in 1979. Woo, they're in there, baby. Last year, Douglaston filed plans to build 107 units in East Flatbush, the first of nearly 900 units proposed for the reimagined Kingsborough Psychiatric Center campus. They want them crazy people off the street. Now look, crazy people off the street is important, all right? I'm tired of trying to go get something to eat, and every time, matter of fact, yesterday, this crazy dude threw a lighter at me, and I turned around and I looked, and he said, "Oh my bad. Look, man, we don't have time for this game," because I was about to knock his head off. But he was nice, and he apologized, and I realized there was something a little wrong with him. I realized something was a little off with him, Anyway, subscribe and like. Subscribe and like to the channel. Look, we're gonna keep going with this, okay, ladies and gentlemen? We're gonna keep going on. Anyway, that's Douglaston's plan for the 39-story tower on Upper East Side. When you get the opportunity, get that information. If you need to go back in the video, please do so to get the address and all of that good stuff. Trust me, it's on time, okay? Let's see, what else is in the news right now? You know, sometimes I like to just go with the flow. Let's see what happens. You never know. All right, let's see what else is amazing here. Good news, good news. All right, so right now, we're doing New York. Tells the brothers to hand over 200 plus portfolio stay. All right, let's see what's going on here. Sunset Point Apartments. This is in LA. Okay, this is in LA. Let's see. Jury tells Jagani brother to hand over $2.6 billion plus portfolio stakes. 20-year family lawsuit ends with division of 17,000 units in LA San Fernando Valley. Dang, buds. Dang. Look, man. Oh, man, dude. If this is a family heirloom, family wealth or something, it has a portfolio, all of this good stuff happening, man, it's hard. It's hard. This article was written by Isabella Farr, by the way. And this was back in February 29th. So let me read this article real quick. Hand over $2.6 billion in cash and stakes in more than 17,000 apartments across San Fernando Valley, a jury told Haresh Jagani earlier this week, ending a 20-year legal saga involving the portfolio's ownership. Now, this is messed up now. We're talking about family wealth. The Jagani family has been embroiled, that was an interesting word to use, in lawsuits since 2003 when one brother, Shashikan Jagani, excuse if I didn't say the name right, okay, sued Haresh for not abiding by an oral agreement that his four brothers would have a share in the portfolio. Oh, man, you can't do that, brother. More lawsuits were filed over the years, culminating in a 5-month trial that ended this month at the Los Angeles Superior Court offices in downtown LA. Hey, if y'all are in LA, let me know what it is. Let me know. Haresh owes 3 of his brothers a total of $2.6 billion in cash. I know he got it. In damages that jury determined for withholding stakes in the multifamily portfolio for years, according to court documents. Now, let me ask y'all a question. It's a jury of your peers, right? But what if your peers have never experienced this type of situation? I understand it's supposed to be beyond a reasonable doubt and all of this other stuff. But if an individual I guess that's why you have lawyers, right? So they have to determine whether you're competent enough to be able to stand trial and make the right decision, right? At the same time, we know that attorneys have their own measure of due diligence in reference to what their side is trying to come to. So, you know, my question is, should we really go by what the jury of our peers have decided to do? I don't think so. But hey, that's part of the law. We got to abide by the law, right? Well, hey, you know, they got squatters' rights too. If you own real estate, you're not living in it, and you got a squatter in it, do you abide by that law? Yeah, we'll see. But I have my own place. I got my own land and all that. So y'all keep that. Anyway, let me keep going, ladies and gentlemen. Haresh owes 3 of his brothers a total of $2.6 billion in cash damages. The jury determined for withholding stakes in a multifamily portfolio for years, according to court documents. The jury also divvied up the portfolio of 17,000 units, which attorneys have valued at more than $6 billion across the 5 Jaganis. That figure calculated to about $352,900 per unit. Now, come on, my man. You guys really got to get it together. What happened to the S Corp and LLC situation? What happened to taking the properties and the money and separating the two? What happened to putting your properties in the LLC and putting your money in the S Corp as a management service? What happened to the trust? Do you have a trust? What happened to that? What happened to the attorneys being your power of attorney? I need to get deep into this, man. This is crazy. Anyway, the jury also, oh yeah, I said that part. Shashikant was awarded the biggest share of the portfolio and monetary damages. A 50% stake in the portfolio and $1.8 billion in damage. Okay, all right. Shashikant, whatever you guys verbally agreed to, I understand you would do to that. And I'm glad that you won. 50%. All right. The Haresh, you just have to take the brunt, baby. You just have to take the brunt. All right. 50% of stake in the portfolio and $1.8 billion in damage. So $1.8 billion also, which probably will be paid over a period of time, or in one lump sum, depending on what it is. Excuse if you hear the sound in the background. I'm washing. My dishwasher is on. So this is real. So, you got to multitask, baby. It's early in the morning. You see the sun still hasn't come up yet. It's early in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, like and subscribe. I love you all. This is why I show y'all this information, ladies and gentlemen. Those individuals in real estate sales and investing, the bankers, the MLOs. I love y'all. The underwriter committees. I love y'all. Oh man, that individual who I was supposed to do some business with a couple years back, who decided to eat a sandwich while we were talking business, and I banged it on him. I hung up the phone. Look, you treat your clients, always treat your clients good, man. Always treat your clients well. Don't treat them bad. No matter how much money you're making, whether you're new or existing. And for the individuals who are managers, think about the individuals that you put on contracts because to close deals. Because if you're working with a seasoned individual and you put someone who's new or supposedly worked at a different company, not with you, and they don't treat the person like you treat the person, you may lose a lot of money. Anyway, let's move on. The damages could balloon next week, according to Peter Ross, an attorney at Ross LLP, representing Rahesh and Shitan, which the court will hold a hearing on whether to award punitive damages on top of what the jury already awarded. Ooh, they getting that money up. They getting that money. Ooh, baby. Hey, throw me a couple dollars over here, man. Throw me a couple dollars over here. That's all you have to do, all right? My Cash App is Restful API. Restful API. You wondering why? Because I delve in cybersecurity on the back end. Okay. All right. Anyway, the Gigani family has been one of the largest landlords in LA's County, San Fernando Valley since the 1990s. The brothers are the sons of a diamond merchant in India. The properties are controlled by companies headquartered LA, Nevada, and the British Virgin Islands. All right, they got it. Well, I don't know. Maybe they're doing well, maybe they're not. Matter of fact, just speaking of the diamonds, not to go off track, but I went to Tiffany & Co. yesterday, and I took a look at that new bird on a rock line that they had. Immaculate. So if you are looking, maybe I'll put a picture up or whatever. But if you are looking to purchase something for your girlfriend or ladies for yourselves, look at that bird on a rock. They currently have an exhibition going on. I think yesterday was the last day for private clients, but starting today up until I think the 7th. Don't quote me on it, but I think up until the 7th. Take a look. Whew, diamonds are amazing. All right. Shashikant to the U.S. from India in 1969 and brought his first apartment property in 1979 for about $500,000. Not so bad. By 94, he owned more than 24 properties across Van Nuys, North Hollywood, San Fernandino, Silma, Northridge, and Canoga Park. the Los Angeles Times report at this time. Man, this is an interesting article, but it's important to know the individuals who are in this, because let me save this real quick. All right. Yeah, it's really important to read these articles. That way, you understand how to handle business in the real estate industry if this is something that you're really trying to do. Unfortunately, when you're doing business with certain people and there becomes disagreements, it's only a handshake, it's not on paper. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't, and maybe they had enough information, enough evidence showing that this individual is allotted to these damages, and it's just due if that is the case. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't really say too much about that. Not really. Now let me see something. What I want to go into is looking at a couple of new properties on the list right now. Let's see what the property market is looking at right now, ladies and gentlemen. I know you guys are looking at trying to find those hot spots. Let's see. Price of sale. All right. Let's see. Just doing a little research, trying to see what we have. I know a lot of you guys are focused on sales. There's a few that's focused on residential and sales. But I always like, the interesting thing is I always like talking about new development, multifamily, $1 million listings, properties that you could tell that the architecture was specific, right? It was detailed. It's like a piece of artwork, So let's see. I might have to. I actually might have to go to the Rob report instead of the real deal. All right, let's see. We're on the Rob report now. Let's take a look at the newness. All right, what we got here? All right, so this article, ladies and gentlemen, is 601 Starfish Isle, beachfront double unit, Yamacraw, Nassau, and Paradise Island, Bahamas. It's going for $2,900,000, 5 bedroom, 6 bath, 4,185 square feet. The agent's name is Ashley Treco, MLS 56557. They listed this February 29th, 2024, so a few days ago. Ladies and gentlemen, woo! All right, let me read a little bit of the overview. Nestled within Palm Cay, a 69-acre beachfront community offering a variety of on-site amenities, 601 Starfish Isle epitomizes luxury beachfront living. Located directly on the beach, this double unit townhouse spanning 4,185 square feet with 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms offers an unparalleled lifestyle experience. boasting breathtaking ocean vistas from the largest sliding doors on the ground level, seamlessly merging the indoor and outdoor living spaces. The location of this unit offers convenient access to the ocean front for swimming, snorkeling, and many other aquatic activities, of course. The spacious covered patio serves as a picturesque backdrop for alfresco dining and relaxation while listening to the sound of the waves rolling in and watching the sky change color during sunrise and sunset. Woo! Can you vision that? Beyond the private confines of this residence lies the allure of Palm Cay's vibrant community amenities, including a full-service marina as gas dock, restaurants, gym, spa, tennis courts, beach club, and various pools. Hey now. An interesting thing, you could use this as a residential where you stay there, you vacation there from time to time. Maybe you could bring your clients, let your clients stay there for a day or two for part of the year. Let's move on. Whether boating or indulging in water sports, unwinding at the spa, or enjoying the beach club and community pools, residents of 601 Starfish Isle enjoy a lifestyle of unparalleled leisure and recreation. Moreover, the flexibility of short-term rentals within the community presents an enticing opportunity for investors seeking a lucrative income stream or for those desiring a second home that pays for itself. Whether a profitable investment venture or a bliss retreat, 601 Starfish Isle offers an unmatched blend of luxury, convenience, and investment potential. This property is offered in US dollars. Look now. There's only one. How many photos do we have of this? All right, so we got, let me see. Okay, it's a couple of photos. All right, it's looking good. Not too bad. Wood floors. All right, sunken tub. Oh yeah, this is nice. Very private if that's what you're looking for. Or fairly private anyway. It looks like you have neighbors. So just be mindful of that. I'm gonna put see if I can put a picture up here for you guys to see. Yeah, so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's the Rob Report. That is the real deal. And when I tell you that the opportunities are there for you guys who are interested in building your career and your portfolio, is there, ladies and gentlemen. So that's going to be the show for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching, and I'll be talking to you all soon. Have a good day. I understand if you trying to raise the bar, right? You want to make it an exclusive listing. Okay, it's 24/5. The people that are interested in purchasing, either they want it or they don't want it, right? And I guess that I can understand why the price point was at 24/5. But guess where it's at now? It's at 8.5 million. It went from 24/5 to 17 to 8.5 million. That's embarrassing, And you all know it. It's probably multiple brokers on the listing. I don't know, maybe, right? But the point is this is a luxury property for a more seasoned individual. Unless you're just a collector and you may decide to use this property for an investment where you might do business in Chicago one day and you want your client to have a place to stay. Boom. Then the client has a beautiful penthouse to stay in for the next couple days or what have you, and it's a write-off. Otherwise, things like this happen. Now, I've been in the real estate industry for a while. I think since like 2009 or something to that effect, right? And I didn't start hearing about a pocket listing, quote unquote pocket listing, until what's it called? What's that? What's that show? Million Dollar Listings came out, and all of a sudden there's something called a pocket listing. Now everybody and their mother is using pocket listing, you know, and I'm like, people, first of all, not technically pocket listing, but if you have a property that needs to be sold and the owner is trying to sell it, pocket listing is usually like a prior to sale kind of situation, where if you want to get the property sold before it even goes on the market, then you could do that. Then you could try to do that. Oh, I got a listing that hasn't gone on the market yet, blah, 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 you know, but don't do that to people. Put it on the market, put it out there. What's the problem? Well, granted, I understand. It's a marketing ploy. You're trying to make it look as if it's more exclusive than it really is. We get it. We see through it. We get it. Those of you who know anyway. Anyway, let's get back to this. So it's sited within a 57-unit co-op construction way back in the late 1920s. So the other thing, this is a co-op. I don't know how Chicago does their co-op situation, but not only, if you plan on buying this with a mortgage, not only will you have to pay the mortgage, the monthly payments, you also have to pay the co-op dues and all of that stuff. So, you know, this is definitely a unique situation, right? But, you know, the good thing about co-ops and condos, you really don't have to worry about the upkeep per se. No, I can't say that. I can't say that. Not with condos. It depends on where you live, because some places with condos and condops, co-ops, so like the line is blurred a little bit, where condos act like co-ops, and so on and so forth. Neither here nor there. Just saying that this place, that may be the reason why it hasn't sold, because even if you have the money to purchase this place, the co-op board is the one that makes the final decision for the most part. And then if you have this place, you have to deal with the co-op board if and when something happens. You may have to deal with maintenance fees increasing. Yeah. I see. I can see why this thing hasn't sold yet. Who wants to deal with that stuff? You know, it's crazy. Anyway, let's see. Last sold in the mid 1970s to Do-All Saws executive Michael Wilkie, who passed away in September of 2021 at the age of 80. The property features 6 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms and a whopping 8,000 square feet of ornate living space, accented throughout with the original limestone staircases, stained glass windows, stone friezes, hand-carved wood doors, and bronze hardware. There's also 5,000 square feet of outdoor space divided up between a fountain-clad garden, covered, enclosed patio, and terrace. It's some great architecture, I can tell you that. I'm looking at the photos now. It's a 40-foot long hallway off the entry foyer, boasting walnut paneling and a decorative groin vaulted ceiling. Now, this is definitely unique. So, if you are not that old school type of individual that like real wood, you may not like this, but this is definitely old world charm type of situation. The artwork on the ceiling looks amazing, which means that it's probably going to need some upkeep. There's probably a lot of work that might need to be done as far as what's it called, keeping up with, the things breaking in the property. Maybe the artwork might need touching up, you name it. So this is definitely unique. Anyway, if you want to see the article, ladies and gentlemen, it's on the Rob Report, at Rob Report Homes for Sale. It's interesting. The funny thing is that the photo that they used initially is the rooftop, in which when I first looked at the article, I thought what I was seeing was like the top of a mansion, almost like a castle. That's what it reminded me of. Until you scroll down and start reading the article, and then the second picture comes in, and then you see the hallway and the this and the that, and then the building. Then you realize it's in a co-op building. It just messes it all up. Terrible. But yeah, there's a lot of different articles on real estate in the Rob Report. If you guys don't know, I would suggest you subscribe. You fill out one of those little Rob Report cards, and you could get it for like a couple dollars. And then they'll try to start charging you once the year is up. They'll try to start charging you the full price or whatever. But I like the Rob Report. It's interesting. So yeah, just one of those things I wanted to bring up. I think this is a good one. A lot of beautiful properties up here. Ooh, we got one more. Let's look at one more real quick. If you guys live in New York City, this one might be interesting for you guys. You could park a full-size SUV in the garage of this $12.5 million Manhattan carriage house, in which I have a few minutes. I'm actually going to this new wellness center called Rest Wellness, I think it is, over here by Hudson Yards. If you guys know Manhattan, and you haven't gone to the Hudson Yards mall, please do so. It's amazing. I like to take little walks sometimes through there, and Whole Foods is in the back, and But anyway, Rest is right in the vicinity, and I'm going to get some oxygen therapy and what's it called? Compression. Which I think everybody should do. Increase the oxygen in the blood cells, and all of that good stuff. And it's reasonably priced too. It's reasonably priced. Maybe I'll have like what's it called? Maybe I'll have like a raffle or contest or something like that, and I'll pay for somebody to get one or something. Never know. Anyway, the 6-bedroom Chelsea residence also has an income-producing 2-bedroom rental apartment. Now this is amazing. You don't normally see things like this in the city. The photos beautiful. 2 levels. Yeah, it's immaculate. It's like something out of a movie. I would choose this over the previous one, to be honest with you. It's in Chelsea, which is cool. Let me finish the article. So, the glorious 124-year-old townhouse in downtown New York City has 2 things just about every Manhattanite wants: parking and private outdoor space. That is so true. That is so true. A lot of people you guys want to get cars and stuff to drive around, and you live in New York City, that's bollocks. Unless you live in a house, live in Queens, live in Brooklyn, in various places that have the space, like you have an actual home, like a house, it makes no sense. But this place is a townhouse, and the townhouse, I'm assuming, I think it said has a outdoor space. It has parking and private outdoor space. I don't know if it's in a garage or whatever. Anyway, tucked away on West 20th Street in Chelsea, the stately 6,750 square foot residence is on the market for a cool $12.5 million. Just a cool one. Why don't you raise that price up a little bit, baby, and let's see how this thing flows. Altogether, the circa 1900 abode contains 8 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, which is not so unusual for a townhouse of this size. However, it also has a private garage big enough to store a full-size SUV. There you go, baby, the private garage. That's what I was talking about. Homes like this very rarely come to market. Listing broker is Vicky Barron of Compass, tells Rob Report. Everyone wants a private garage in 2024. It's the ultimate luxury. I don't know about the ultimate luxury. I guess that's relative. My ultimate luxury is some vanilla Swiss almond in the freezer when I get home from work, you know. But I guess if you have a vehicle, that is the luxury because you don't have to worry about the car getting towed, cross-side parking during the morning for cleaning and all kinds of other things. It's a beautiful home, though. Even though it's circa 1900, they have done renovations. It's not ceiling to floor windows, but the windows are large enough for you to enjoy outdoor space. It looks like there's almost like a back area, like a garden area in the back, where you could have some tea, bring your friends over, that kind of thing. It's real, to me, it's real artsy. The wood floors are amazing. I don't know what type of wood it is. Maybe cedar. Maybe. The former carriage house has a few other nice perks up its sleeve, too, including a European-inspired walled garden. See? Multiple terraces and an income-generating 2-bedroom apartment on the top floor with its own separate side entrance. Okay, which means that you're living in the garden space and the first level, and then the second level is the renter. I mean, that's great, you know, especially if you want some extra income coming in for your pocket. And if you purchase this outright, that's even better. You know, all you have to do is deal with the taxes and stuff like that, and upkeep. You know, and everything is a write-off at that point because you now have an income-producing residential. Technically, if you decided that you wanted to move out and rent the whole thing, you could do that. But I think this property is so beautiful that maybe not. Maybe you don't want to. Maybe you want to have this as an option. Maybe you have, or you'll stay here during the summertime, and then in the wintertime you move to California or Florida. I know some people that have done that. They have property in Maine, and then they also have property in Florida. And when the year switches out every 6 months, they go back and forth. Amazing family, amazing people. They treated me really well when I was up in Maine. So we had some good lobsters up there. So, you know, if you guys have never been up there, go to Maine. Make sure you bring a jacket. The beaches are immaculate. The water is amazing. Anyway, the former carriage house has a few other nice perks up its sleeve, too, including a European-inspired walled garden, multiple terraces, and an income-generating 2-bedroom apartment on the top floor with its own separate side entrance. Despite the 4-story, 25-foot wide pad having undergone a sleek renovation, it still offers grandeur and historic details, including decorative fireplaces, soaring ceilings, and tons of architectural built-ins. Oh my God, this is amazing. It looks like what they did was they took a space that was originally for the living room, turned it into a bedroom, and that's where the what's it called? That's where the fireplace is. Not sure if it's a working fireplace or not, but then you have steps to the garden area. Now, my only concern is when it rains. Well, it should be it actually should be up to code, but if it's not, that might be a problem with when you go to purchase. Just be mindful of that, because if it rains, I'm looking at the picture. It looks almost as if that water is going to flow right into this bedroom area, but I'm not sure. So maybe you want to just check it out. Let's keep going. A mezzanine looking over a mezzanine level overlooking the living room comprises a media room and a children's play area. The listing suggests that the spaces are flexible. While the second floor holds the sprawling primary suite, there's a south-facing sitting room, two large walk-in closets, a windowed bathroom, and arguably the best feature, a 575 square foot private terrace. For additional guests and family bedrooms can be found on the third floor, and the top level is, as mentioned, is currently configured as a rental apartment. Now, let me just pull back a little bit. Let me back. So you got 3 levels to yourself. You have the garden, you have the first floor and the second floor, and then you have the rental apartment that's upstairs. So you have tons of space to have family, friends. If you have a big family, this is amazing. Amazing opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. So if you haven't checked it out, let me go back to the who is the person? Let's see. 2-bed, 2-bath, Chelsea residence on West 20th Street in Chelsea. Actually, West 20th Street in Chelsea, I know very well. It's an amazing neighborhood. So they're saying West 20th Street, but I guess the property is somewhere in that vicinity. But if you know the breakdown in New York, you know where Chelsea is. And Chelsea is only but a certain amount of blocks in the 20th, in West 20th Street. So you could kind of gauge where the property is. You don't know exactly, but you could gauge it, and you could, usually what they'll have up is a for sale sign anyway. So as you walking down West 20th Street from Chelsea Piers on down, you'll be able to see. Sometimes you'll be able to see the property that they're referring to, and if it has a garage, then oh, this is it. It's just one of the only properties that have a garage. So just keep that in mind. I'm trying to find a lady. Oh, here it is. Her name is Vicky Barron, Vickey Barron of Compass. So go to Compass Realty and look up Vicky Barron. Reach out to her. She's probably going to ask you, obviously, for the usual, for this price point. They're probably going to want proof of funds. So they're going to want to see a bank statement of such, and to see what your balance is on a bank statement, or something from your attorney with the document saying how much it is, and notarized and all of that good stuff. And then I'm assuming she'd show the property, and then you make a decision. But this is an amazing home. It's beautiful. It definitely is beautiful. I can see myself living there. Especially on a quiet tree-lined street, right? And usually those blocks with the brownstones, townhomes, are very quiet, very, very quiet. And they have certain rules. You paying taxes now when so they have rules of no honking. on those streets. I remember staying with my grandmother in two different brownstones here in New York. One when I was younger in junior high school, and one when I was in high school. And then on both streets, they had a no honking. They had no honking signs. And I asked her about the reason why, and she said it's because of the people that own these properties pay taxes, and in paying taxes and various things, they pay the city to have the street with no parking. They pay for garbage pickup. They pay for street cleaning. All those things that you see the city doing, that's what the owners pay for. So if you ever wondering why maybe your neighborhood's not being cleaned properly, or there's honking, and that's the reason why. Because whoever owns those townhomes or buildings that in the neighborhood that you're in, they're not paying their taxes. They're not paying the bills, and that's a whole other story that I could get into, but I'd rather not. Let's matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a live on it, and let's see what happens. I'm gonna do a live on property ownership, residential and commercial. Now, I did a previous one about who owns your bodega, and it went into a little bit about how you could purchase multifamilies and the whole process that entails it. But also who owns the properties in your neighborhood that you grew up in. Have you ever thought about that? It may not be your super, and various other things. Look around your neighborhood and see who owns the corner stores, the bodegas, the Chinese restaurants, to this, to that, to this, to that. And then look at who lives in the neighborhood, and do some research and find out, why is this the case? And, just to bag back, I found out that a lot of times foreign families, they'll come into the country, which is great. The United States of America, you do it legally, you come into this country legally. That's what the whole purpose of it, to give people an opportunity to become better, than they were. So, the government has a system in place that allows certain criteria to receive loans for businesses. If they're moving into as a new citizen, I think they get a new social security number, or they start off with a 6-month green card or something to that effect. Don't quote me on it. And then what they do is they have a certain amount of time to build their business and so on and so forth with the money that they receive. And then from there, they have to go back to like the embassy or somewhere and present the income that they've made. Show these people from the government that they're actually making money, they're citizens, they're this and that, and then they'll give them full residency in the United States. But understand, those same opportunities don't come for people who were born in the United States. It's a little different. It's a little trickier. And like I always say before, this thing is a chess game, and you need to know how to play it. This is why you're watching the show. Play the chess game, win the game, and move on. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that's going to be it for today. I'll talk to y'all later. This is Mike Razor on the Millionaire Morning Show. Woo! Ha! That's my